saying that's not how the conversation went. And shame on you. You're dirty. You're flipping this. I tend to agree with Danielle on this one. I agreed with Jennifer on who should pay for the charity stuff. I agree with Danielle on this. I don't know. I am sure the conversation happened like that. And she was just like, just FYI, if you do this with my hair person, she's going to use your image, and that's fine. I'm just letting you know what you're getting into because she has her own hair people. Jennifer said, Danielle, it's another thing where she thinks she's better than everyone. You know, why would you go out of your way and donate your time and help a lowly hair person? And then, you know, Jennifer saying you sabotage your people. Danielle saying I live with my people. You're dirty because this is a private conversation. You're turning it around. That's not what happened. And all of this happens, and Jennifer pushes Danielle. So I can't believe I thought the same thing about Monique and Candace. I was shocked how that came down. I mean, people did not like Candy Girl at the time, and more people were on Monique's side. I love Monique, but in that situation, you know, it's to me, it's whoever throws the first punch, right? Or the first whatever. So when I read these, I mean, really these diatribes about how, yes, Danielle raised her voice first, sure, but people are justifying it and saying Danielle is the one that brought the New Jersey housewives down a class level and this and that. I totally disagree with any and all of this. I truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, feel that whoever uses the physical touch first, I don't care if it's one shoulder being pushed, I don't care what it is, whoever uses the physical touch first, to me, is the person in the wrong. As Jennifer says, don't start none, don't start none, won't be none. That's what she says. She said it on air. Don't start none, won't be none. And well, he started, Jennifer. She used the push first. So to me, I'm shocked that there are so many people that are pro Jennifer on this. The only reason you are is because you're a Teresa fan page and you are not seeing the facts. So when you call me a flip-flopper every week, you are actually completely wrong. I am not a flip-flopper every week. I am a flip-flopper every minute. Every minute, my eyes are open and I'm observing the situation. I am team nobody. In this situation, Jennifer, in my opinion, was completely wrong. Now we're going to talk about Kenya more. So she shoved her and then she threw a drink. I don't know how throwing the water that was in your cup. I mean, this is what's going on with Kiana Stewart and Kiana and Deborah in Potomac, where there's now a lawsuit for $10 million. Like, she pushed you and you threw your water at her, wine, vodka, whatever it was, tequila. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. To me, Jennifer did this first. Now, so she was wrong. Now, what I don't understand, this is exactly how Melissa's old notes told us this would happen. I personally believe everything she said. You don't have to. It's up to you. It's not up to me. And it should never get physical. I don't care if Danielle raised her voice and got heated. I don't care. What shocks me is, because I remember when this happened, they then were suspended. Jennifer and Danielle Cabral were suspended. And when I heard about this was during the reckoning. This was not prior to Bethany's reckoning. All this stuff was starting to happen in the lawsuits. So when this happened, I said, I don't know who pushed who first, but whoever did is not coming back, or both of them based on the footage. After watching this, so they were suspended. And after watching this, I really have nothing against Jennifer. I mean, we used to be friends. For everyone who's new to this podcast, Jennifer and I used to be friends. I was at her house many times. My fallout with Jennifer is the exact same as my fallout with Margaret, is the exact same as my fallout with every New Jersey housewife that I was friends with in the past. When you want to control this podcast, every single one of them that I am not friends with from New Jersey has wanted to control the narrative on this podcast. And it all goes back to Teresa or Melissa. That's the sick thing. For everyone who's new, we'll gloss over it, but my whole friendship fallout with Jennifer Aydin, to make a very long story short, was because before I owned my own home in the Hamptons, I went to the Hamptons for one weekend with Marge Sr. We have a mutual friend who's no longer friends with Marge Sr., who I am still friends with, which is a whole nother story, which is not my story to tell. But I know everyone's going to want to know that story now. Well, guess what? Buy a ticket to the next live event because Q&A, you can ask any question you want. And another live event is being asked. I spoke to Sarah this morning. We're announcing it soon. And for everyone who attended our last live event, you know that no question is off limits and we can't plead the fifth. But Jennifer was away on vacation, I think in the Bahamas. She came back, picked up the phone, called me, said, I cannot have you in the Hamptons posting pictures with Marge Sr. because this makes me look bad. And I was like, what? So you can't be friends with Margaret and Marge Sr. if you're friends with me because this makes me look bad because that's my enemy on the show. Well, nobody tells me what to do. This podcast got to #1 and continues to be in the top of the charts week after week because I don't have a team. So regardless, I was like, I don't need your help, Jennifer, in building my podcast. I'm not mad. I'm not ending this friendship. She gave me an ultimatum. If you ever are seen with Margaret or Marge Sr. again, our friendship will be over. I was seen with Marge Sr. again. Jennifer ended the friendship. Margaret then embraced me. I was already friends with Margaret, but Margaret then embraced me. Oh, darling, I'm so sorry for what you went through. We would never do that to you. Bullshit, but I took it all in, whatever. So my whole friendship with Margaret started on this farce, just like what they're doing to Jackie. See, that's the difference. I'm no Jackie Goldschneider, okay? You're not going to use me in the middle because I don't care. Now, if I have something to get out of it, you can use me, but I know you're using me. I do agree with Rachel Fuda that Jackie probably feels like the biggest fool on Bravo today, and I like Jackie. But so then I was friends with Margaret, and then last season on this podcast, when I was saying Melissa kissed Nick, which I still believe happened because they shared the same little PR bitch boy, I was talking about all this on air. And little bitch boy got upset and told mommy Margaret, and Margaret called me to like reprimand me. But what she really tried to do is, you see, here's the difference. Margaret didn't like that I was saying Melissa kissed Nick, which has nothing to do with Margaret. But it was Team Melissa, and that's a strike for Margaret, and it's a favor for Teresa. So when Margaret called me to reprimand me for speaking poorly of little bitch boy and of saying that Melissa kissed Nick because that goes against her team, she then on the phone tried to convince me that it didn't happen. And so now we're on the phone, which you can't be recording me because that's illegal in the state of New York because I don't know you're recording me. So nobody is listening. This is not in print because as Jackie told us, Margaret doesn't put anything in print. You're now on the phone one-on-one with me, trying to convince me that something didn't happen when I know for a fact that it did. So at least if Margaret said, well, we all know it happened, but we have to lie to your audience, your huge audience, because we have to be Team Melissa. At least if she said that, I would not have gone along with it because I don't lie to you guys. But at least